Carl Quillange for the Sports Hit List. By the fans and for the fans. NFL Week 10. We are here on the road to the Super Bowl. Thank you for joining us here on this wonderful Sunday. About 50-degree weather here in New York, Sunday, November 14th, 2021. I am back. I'd like to special shout out to the Smoke and Mirrors show for filling in for me last week. They did a great job. Kudos to them for supporting the show and supporting the brand. So we are here to make our NFL predictions for this coming week. We have, let me just get to our list of games today. We have the Bills and the Jets, Bucks and the Washington football team, Falcons and the Cowboys, Saints and the Titans, Jags and the Colts, Lions and the Steelers, Browns versus the Pats, Vikings, Chargers, Panthers, Cards, Seahawks, Packers, Eagles, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, Rams versus 49ers. Travis, sir, how you doing, my guy?
I'm good, sir. How's it going?
I saw last week you were giving the substitute some problems, man. I don't know. You seem to be the troublemaker. I don't know if I gotta send you to detention for giving
that
the
was always me.
problems.
I gotta test them. I gotta make sure they got the luster. When the teacher's out. You know what I mean? I care about my education, Carl. Okay?
Listen, Paul, I heard you were a good student, though. Paul was the good student. Paul was the student of the month. I have a feeling as a kid, Paul was the student of the month growing up because the sub left a good report for you, sir.
All I can tell you is, Carl, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed your retreat. Right?
Thank you, sir.
We missed you.
Missed you guys too.
It was a fun show. It almost brought me back to our infancy stages as the football panel back when we had 9 boxers on the screen. So that it was good vibes, right? It was good vibes.
Mr. Ray, sir, how you doing? Ray, I got a surprise for you this morning, man. I went to my local Haitian patty store. I got me some Haitian patties for the morning, son. I'm ready to go, yo. Listen, I went to Les Bons Pains. Shit was dope.
I'm jealous, man. I'm about to.
How you got, Travis? I'm disappointed to hear that you officially dropped out of the predictions race because you have an issue with the timing of the shows. You want to make your picks at 4:29.
I have an issue with us not using common sense.
It's not common sense. That's not the problem. You're the only one who has the problem. You're the only one. Everybody else.
Hey, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being on the side of minority. If I'm given new information, if I'm given new information that can severely impact the game before it starts, why am I not allowed to let that information impact my decision?
Let me answer that question.
Doesn't make sense to me.
I just watched Randy Moss give his picks for Sunday Night Football. It's 12:03.
Okay.
Why? Nobody does it. Nobody does it.
So that's what we doing? Because everybody else do it. Wait, everybody else do it. That's how we want to do it.
That's what we doing.
What happened to us being trendsetters? What happened to us being different? You see what I'm saying? Stop following the crowd.
You lost that trendsetter stuff.
Just like your parents told you. If everybody else jump off the Brooklyn Bridge, you jumping too?
Hell yeah, I'm jumping. All right. Check this out.
See, problem.
You lost.
That's why he was student.
Stuff.
That's why he was student of the month, Carl, because he was a follower.
Carl, you remember when he showed up dressed as Moses on Halloween? Yeah. That's when he lost it. All right, it was going out of the window after that.
Hey, guys, today, I was the only one with costume, right? All right, then.
Listen, guys, we're into week 10. I have a little game we're going to play today with every pick. We're going to do pretenders or contenders. Because I believe we're at that point in the season where in week 10, where we could kind of separate the weak from the strong. So you guys with me, as soon as we list a pick, tell me if this team is a pretender or a contender. I'm going to start off light. Clearly the Lions are 0-8. They're nowhere near that conversation. But they face off against the Steelers. The Steelers are 5-3. Pretenders or contenders, Travis, I'm going to start with you and you make me your pick.
The Steelers, it's weird because I still don't know what to make of this team, so I'm gonna have to call them pretenders. I mean, they seem. I think the AFC is wide open at this point, so I don't really know what they can go along with. Oh, we got the kids on there.
How you doing? We gotta be PG.
Sorry, I got a headset on, baby. let it rain.
The Steelers are gonna be without Big Ben today. I mean, Mason Rudolph is starting, so.
It's a whole lot of talk for 0-9 team.
Right, but it's Mason Rudolph, guys. No Chase Claypool. I mean, I still think the Steelers are good enough to get this win. but I'm gonna have to call them pretenders at this point because we don't. It doesn't. I would say the only positive part of that offense right now is Najee Harris at this point. Ben isn't exactly a world beater out there. The defense looks pretty good, but we all know this team is being carried by Najee Harris right now. I'm gonna have to call them pretenders.
All right, but you're still going Steelers for this game.
Yes.
All right, Ray, are the Steelers pretenders, contenders, and who do you? And I know you have the Steelers for this game.
I have the Steelers. The Steelers are pretenders. They really can only win one way. You know what I'm saying? It's like a one possession type games. And it can go either or at the game. So they're not really a contender. Can they make the playoffs? Yeah, but that's another first round exit for them. I just don't see it. The offense is just hard for them to score, and the defense can only do so much. But I can make in the playoffs.
All right, Paul, who you have in this game, and are the Steelers pretenders or contenders?
I'm going Steelers.
Then you froze. You froze.
Get the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi messed up over there. Fix the router.
Let's get him back. Let's get him back. Paul, where you at? You coming back? Cam the Great?
Yeah, you're back. All right.
I didn't
He's back?
the name. He put Cam the Great.
He's not back yet, right?
No, he's not.
All right, he'll be back. Let's move on to the next team until Paul comes back and we can get his Steelers pick because I think he's going to come back in. Let's do Bills versus the Jets. The Jets definitely are not contenders, but are the Bills contenders or pretenders, Trav?
I'm going to put them down as contenders. I mean, they laid an egg last week against the Jacksonville Jaguars. So it's kind of a suspect. They look a little suspect right now, but I would say they're one of the top teams in the AFC. I mean, Josh Allen, he's having a good season. Stephon Diggs isn't putting up the great numbers that he did last year. I mean, I think his brother probably got more touchdowns than him this year right now, and he plays defense. But I still think that Bills defense is highly underrated, and I still think they have the division. I mean, the Patriots are coming along, but I still don't think they win that division. So therefore, I got to give the Bills as a contenders. I'm taking them to win today.
All right, Paul, you back, sir? You good?
Apparently, the world wasn't a fan of the Steelers being contenders.
We didn't even hear you say that. You cut out you cut out right in the middle. So you're going with them.
Oh, that's perfect. So shit. Now I'm gonna change that. They pretenders. We need internet today, baby.
Yeah. All right, you got them as pretenders. Okay. We're just talking about the Jets and the Bills. Clearly, the Jets are not contenders. But are the Bills contenders or pretenders, Paul?
The Buffalo Bills are pretenders. All right. I've seen enough over the course. This is a microcosm of over 1,000 days of football. All right. What do I know about Buffalo? They can't win a big game. What do I know about Josh Allen? He don't show up in the clutch. We've seen that too many times. And they still don't have a running game, bro. You can't be a contender without running the football in the National Football League. Even teams like the Chiefs were committed to running the football. Look what they're doing in Green Bay. They're running the football. Dallas is a contender because they run the football. Don't run the ball when the weather gets cold and it's 12 degrees and snow on the ground like it is in Lambeau. I can't say Buffalo's a contender. Nope.
But pretenders. You have them in this game today, though.
Oh, yeah. I got them beating Magic Mike. But it'll be a close game. I don't got them covering the 11-point spread.
Falco, they were basically talking about football before they started the debate on Friday, and they believe this is kind of like the next coming of Tom Brady. Basically,
no.
Hold on, let me finish.
They are so dramatic on that.
Listen, it's not dramatic. They believe it in karma because I guess when Tom Brady came into the game, their quarterback got hurt and he ended up going on a great run. Same scenario here with the Jets.
First of all, tell him, Ray. Tell him, Ray.
I'm just telling you what they said. All right, don't kill the messenger. I'm just telling you what was said.
And one thing I want to say about that show you guys did the other day. Shout out. I give Declan the white little brother I never had. I give Declan a lot of slack, but Declan actually rose to the occasion.
He definitely
he put on a good show this week. I didn't catch it live. I'm not gonna go that far. It wasn't MVP worthy.
So MIP, you're giving him most improved.
Most improved. I give him MIP. He was definitely he put on for the city. Shout out to Declan for that.
So Ray, the Bills, are they pretenders or contenders?
I got the Bills winning, but I'm sorry. If you lose to the Jags and you only score 6 points, you're a pretender. I don't care what you do the rest of the season. They are pretenders. You do not go to Jacksonville and score 6 points. You couldn't even get a touchdown at Jacksonville.
Got punked. Got bullied too.
Okay. We got the Saints versus the Titans. Everyone's going to Titans except for Greg. Last minute switch. He goes with the Saints. Both teams here. The Saints surprisingly 5-3. The Titans 7-2. Travis, are the Saints contenders or pretenders? And also the Titans contenders or pretenders?
Saints are definitely pretenders. We lost. You're off your starting quarterback.
You heard that? We lost. You heard him say it. Y'all heard him say we.
Wait, did I say we?
Yes, you definitely did. Yes, you did.
I'm telling y'all all season he a Saints fan.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's a Freudian, I guess. Huh, okay. But they lost their starting quarterback. I mean, Alvin Kamara's out. I mean, that trade for Mark Ingram is going to come in clutch this week. But I mean, they have a strong defense, but I think they're still kind of wishy-washy on quarterback. I don't think they're committed to Trevor Siemian for the rest of the season. We know the mad scientist Sean Payton, how much he loves Trevor. What's kid's name?
Trevor Siemian.
No, not Trevor Siemian. Taysom Hill. We all know how he loves him. So I don't think he's fully committed to Trevor Siemian. I think it's the first sign of trouble. He will sit there and be ready to go to Taysom Hill. So I can't necessarily call this team a contender when you are uncertain at the quarterback position for the rest of your season. The Titans, they're an interesting team because, I mean, you lose your best player, which the offense runs through in Derrick Henry. But that team, they play a certain style, an old school style of football, which is a very physical style of football. I mean, we know a lot of teams are very finesse, but when you play the opposite style of what the rest of the teams are, you always got a shot, especially when you're playing a very physical style of football. Look what they did last week against the Rams. So, I mean, in this case, because of the uncertainty in the AFC, I'm going to have to give them a contender title. I mean, I believe they win this game. Julio Jones just went on IR, so they got a big hill to climb, but I still think they win this game, and I'm going to have to give them a contender status for this year.
Okay, Paul, who you have, and both teams pretenders or contenders?
Yeah, so I'm going Titans today. And in regards to contenders, absolutely the Titans are a contender. Not only are they a contender, the Titans mess around and get that bye week, which will be colossal for Derrick Henry recovery, which is less than a month out, we're hearing, for Superman, right? So first round bye would be gold because they got the pathway to that after beating up the Bills and the Chiefs, right? In regards to the Saints, I mean, I can't trust no Trevor Siemian. And they didn't do anything at the wide receiver position. Not getting Mike Thomas back hurts them, and I think Kamara with this knee problem will actually be a problem. So for that reason, I'm going to say pretenders for the Saints.
Ray, you have the Titans in this game. Are you going along with the same thing as the rest of the panel? They got the Saints as pretenders and the Titans as contenders.
Yeah, I'm going to go the same way. The Saints, they just really don't have any offense. Even when Jameis was in there, they were struggling to score. Like, you can't throw the ball to Kamara and then have him run the ball all game. As you can see, why you think he has a knee injury at the moment. The Titans, man, Titans are impressing me, man. Every time, I think I went against the Titans like 3 or 4 times, and they keep winning. So I'm stopping. Yeah, like I'm going against them. Every time I pick against them, they win. They pull it out. They do have a good chance of being the number 1 seed. I don't know if they're going to get it, but they definitely will be a top 2 seed in the AFC.
All right, we have the Brown.
They hold them tiebreakers both versus these teams that's going to run it along.
Kamara being out. I think going into, I forgot what week that was. The Saints were playing Seattle. Kamara and Henry were like 1 and 2 in terms of usage rates for running backs. Interesting how they're both not playing today. I mean,
clearly.
I mean, hang on, Carl. What are you trying to imply, Cookie Man? What are you trying to say?
I'm implying that they were 1 and 2 in usage rate, and here we are in week 10, and both of them aren't playing. I mean,
yeah, nah. We're gonna keep on going. We're not gonna let you try to paint this usage rate picture as to why they're hurt.
The running back
we're not gonna do that.
Since when do you start using analytics, Travis?
We're not gonna do that.
I always use analytics.
Not on the show, you don't.
I mean,
no, we do pay attention. You don't use analytics.
Your man Derrick Henry.
That's the first thing that's the first time you said that word all season. What are you talking about?
My man Derrick Henry didn't even
never
know
said
he was hurt.
He's
Derrick
never
Henry
said
didn't even know
usage
he was
rate.
hurt.
It was
literally
just an
kept
interesting fact
playing.
I remember.
Oh
All
my
right,
God.
then, but I'm just saying, it's
never used
interesting how
usage
here
rate.
we are, week
All of a sudden
10,
now
they're not playing.
usage
Like,
rates. You've never used that word before. I don't know where you started.
Carl, he's already switched up on us twice on this beautiful Sunday morning. First he said we, now he talking usage rate. I don't know who this man is. And he quit the picks. I mean, he 0 for 3 already, bro.
Clearly this one's easy. I don't even have to get here. Watch the football team. They're not contenders versus the Bucks. The Bucks are contenders. Everybody's going with the Bucks. Paul, you got the Bucks here too?
I got the Bucks, man, but this is low-key a trap game, bro. Like, you talking about a hurt Godwin coming off a bye week after a tough loss in NOLA. I'm just saying, we know Heineken can keep games alive, and the Bucks pass defense been kind of suspect, bro. So, like, this ain't going to be one of – I don't know if this is going to be one of those – unless Brady put up 5 TDs, they might keep Washington hanging around, and they played some tough games this year. You know, we've seen them against the Chiefs. We've seen them against the Packers. They played some real tough competition, man. So I'm not willing to count Washington out in D.C. this week, Veterans Weekend. It's going to be a vibe in D.C., but I'm going Bucks.
Bucks are 6-2. Washington coming in 2-6. Ray, who you got? Bucks or?
I got the Bucks are contenders, no doubt about that.
They contenders. Sorry, I forgot that part.
Yeah. We need that. That's easy.
Yeah, they Super Bowl contenders, baby.
As long as Tom Brady's their quarterback, they're always going to be contenders. Like Paul says, it can be a trap game, but, you know, I don't see them. I see it going in the fourth quarter, but I see them pulling away in the fourth. I don't see them just coming out there blowing them out, especially with their injuries that they have at the moment.
Travis, who you got in this game? And I'm pretty sure you're going Bucks as contenders. That's an easy one.
right, but I am going to have to highly disagree with the rest of this panel in terms of this is a trap game. This isn't a trap game. Have we seen the lackluster pass rush of that Washington football team? That we all know that's the key to beating Brady. They can't get to the pass. They can't get to the quarterback. Yes, they have a couple injuries on the offensive side, but guess what? You still got Tom Brady. You still got Leonard Fournette in the backfield. Still got Mike Evans over there. Trust me, the Bucks will be fine. They will win this game easily.
Check this out. One thing I want to throw out there. They had 2 weeks to install a game plan for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And they're coming off a bye week.
You give You give a national football team 2 weeks to prepare for anybody with that type of talent they got on the front four. They'll show up today, and I'm telling you,
you do realize the Bucks are coming off a bye week as well.
It ain't the same. The Bucks is
not the
old,
same?
bro. Let me tell you why it's
the
not the
same?
same.
Wait,
Let me answer that.
yeah.
Let me answer that part. Hang on. What do you think Bruce Arians did for Tom Brady and that veteran team coming off a bye week after a loss? They probably didn't.
He made them work. I'm pretty sure
they
he made
didn't.
them work.
Nope. If you follow,
Were you there?
If you follow, Ray, tell him, Ray. If you follow Yahoo, then you know they haven't worked since they had 4 consecutive days off. Go rest up, Tom. Tom doing cryptocurrency commercials. I'm telling you.
I
swear to God, he's doing cryptocurrency commercials.
I've seen him. I've seen him. I've only seen like one, but you seem to make it seem like this is his new thing.
Hey,
like he
it's
out
different
there
in the South, bro.
every day.
Tom Brady in Tampa, they got your boy on the screen. He only doing crypto deals, bro. Like,
listen, turn that 1,000 into like 3, right? And Jay say that in 444, something like that.
We gonna see. We gonna see at 1:00.
We got now. This may be tough for a contender pretender. Both teams have the same record coming in at 5-4. The Pats and the Browns. I'd say the Pats are surprisingly there at 5-4. This is a toss-up I see between the panel. Rick has the Browns. Ray has the Pats. Chuck has the Browns. Greg has the Pats. Declan has the Browns. Manny has the Pats. And Peter has the Browns. So, Paul, I'm going to toss it to you. Contender, pretender for both teams and a pick.
Well, the Cleveland Browns are pretenders. I'm not saying this as a reaction to the Odell situation, but boy, that shit hurts the team down the stretch. You want to know how it's going to hurt? How do the Cleveland Browns manufacture points against good defenses? You're going to see in Foxborough today, we're going to see just how good Baker is, right? We're going to see Baker today, and I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear any excuses, all right? We're going to see Baker against Bill Belichick's ghost deceiving defenses in Foxborough. So to answer your question, Cleveland is a pretender. I'm going Pats. And I think to everybody's surprise, New England is not only a contender, bro, New England got a shot to win the division, bro. Like, that's how bad the Bills haven't really taken off like a rocket ship when they had the shot. They got to play them 2 times. And New England's schedule down the stretch is bottom 5 in regards to weakness in the league for the rest of the way. So I'm going with the Pats as contenders and winning today's game. And I don't even think today's game.
Well, you know what? After today's, games, the Pats could lead the division because the Bills
literally could lead the division, bro.
Right? Yeah, because because the Bills will drop to 5-4, and the Pats will go to 6. The Pats will go to 6-4. So they lead by 1 game.
Jets, though, they're not going to lose. They're not going to lose to the Jets.
All right. So who you got? Ray.
Jets on back-to-back weeks. You might as well just take them out the NFL. Just go put them in Canada or something like that, man.
They right there.
Browns and the Pats, contenders or pretenders, Ray?
I had the Browns. That was my Super Bowl pick coming out the AFC, and I do not like anything I've been seeing from them, honestly. So I'm gonna have to go pretenders on them. And the Patriots, they're coming on. I mean, this is the time of the year where they get better. The secondary is playing very well. They're making a lot of plays, and like Paul says, they really could win the division. I got them as a contender to get to the playoffs.
Travis, contender, pretender for Browns and the Pats, and who you have coming out of this game?
The Pats are a difficult choice because, like I said, they are playing a lot better than expected. I'm gonna pick them to win today's game, but I don't necessarily see them as contenders yet. I just don't think Mac Jones is there just yet.
Really?
Not yet. It's just something about it. Like, we all know how efficient and how accurate he can be and how he can move the change on that offense. But it's not screaming to me yet. I don't see it yet. Not yet.
Respectfully, you've never had the right eye for a quarterback, right? I mean, let's just get that out of the way. Cam Newton, Patrick Mahomes. You've never been Lamar Jackson. You've never been the guy I wanted to hear from in regards to the quarterback.
You owe us an apology about Cam.
I don't owe a damn apology about nothing. We'll get to that when we get to the Panthers.
Yes, you do.
We will get to that when we get to the Panthers.
I'm going to let you finish, Trav. Let me just say this real quick. I didn't love the hype coming from Mac Jones, but I got to tell you, the hype was real, right? The hype train was legit. 9 weeks into the season, we could say now 2 months later that the hype train was legit. You know how hard it is to beat a football team that moves the chains, controls the clock, and does not turn the football over? Like, it's so hard to beat that team. Look at the games they lost. It took a Brady last-second field goal. They don't lose. They don't do anything to lose football games, bro.
You're right, but for the same reason you say you see the Browns struggling to manufacture points, I don't necessarily think the Patriots have that big-time playmaker that I can rely on.
You don't got to be a big-time guy.
In the crunch time.
You don't have to be big time. You don't have to be big time. The Patriots have never been great, with the exception of Randy Moss. The Patriots
but they were great with Tom Brady. There's a difference.
But hang on.
There is a difference. There is a difference.
To be fair, right? You can say all the Tom Brady stuff you want. A case can be made that Mac Jones 9 games in looks a hair better than Brady did in his first 9. The defense was carrying those games, right? Let's be real, right? If you watched it like I watched it growing up, it wasn't the Brady show. Like, let's keep it a stat,
those first 3 chips, it was the defense that did a lot of work.
Not a lot, all of the work. Right? All of the work.
But just
all of the work.
When we say contenders, that means you think they have a chance to go to the Super Bowl.
No,
right.
That's what we say. That's what we say when we say contenders.
No, there is no way how I see them going.
That's how we see when we say contenders.
What you say, Ray?
I said you heard me say playoffs. I said contender to make the playoffs.
Playoffs, baby. I mean, listen.
Playoffs. Okay,
I guess there's a different.
I can give you a playoff contender, but then when you say contender, I'm thinking Super Bowl. So
that's what I'm thinking too. I don't know.
I don't think you can go that far. There's only 7 that get in, bro. Right? It's so early. It's still early. It's 70. It's 80 degrees in Florida. It's early.
It's almost half the league.
It's early, bro. It's early.
Okay.
It's November. This is when it's supposed to be.
So clearly, no Browns. Okay, yeah, it is getting real. So no,
Browns. Hold on, I got one for you on the Browns. I'm gonna call them contenders still.
Please stop playing.
I'm gonna still call them contenders because again, that AFC is up in the air. We just seen the Ravens the bet on Thursday night, so I can't necessarily sit here and say the Browns, like you said, the
Ravens
Patriots
didn't shit the bed, bro.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, come on, stop it. If we gonna sit here and say the Bills wet the bed against Jacksonville, the Ravens wet the bed against Miami.
You know what I say? Listen. When the bet is wet, you know what I say?
You're supposed
it's time to change the sheet.
Stop it.
You know what I say? You wet the bed, you
I'm
change
not gonna sit here and throw the Ravens out. I'm just saying they wet the.
Hang on.
You change the sheets. Hey, Paul.
That's the game they're supposed to win.
Are we changing sheets? Are we changing sheets or no? We're not changing sheets.
No, we're not gonna throw them out.
Depends on how much pee came through the pamper, Carl.
Right. They had one bad accident. We're not gonna throw them away now. They had one bad accident. All right. They still salvageable, but that's the game you're supposed to win. And we're not gonna sit here and say they can clearly win this division. Now the Browns got a shot to win the division.
Check this
when
out.
They're healthy, they're another team like Tennessee that plays a very physical style of football. When they have all those running backs healthy and they are running that ball downhill, and yes, we all know Odell Beckham is gone, but for some reason, the offense seems to work without Odell.
We'll find that out today at 1 o'clock. We'll find that out. I just want to respond to something real quick. Trying to compare the Ravens' loss on Thursday night in Miami off a short week, right? They just came off an overtime game Sunday evening,
right,
and was in Miami on Thursday.
Okay,
with an amazing crowd, as you've seen 3D via a source from the Sports Hitler. Shout out to my bro Rick, that's from the 407. All right, that is not the same as installing a full week's game plan against one of the worst teams in football. It's not the same. Is Miami not
one of the worst teams in football?
Check this out.
Like we said in the chat, Tua came off the bench like Joe.
Doesn't matter. They didn't plan for Tua, right?
But you're saying just because of that, the AFC, like the Ravens can't win the
AFC.
He came off the bench like Flacco. Come on,
he is the number 5 pick in the draft. And he wasn't fantastic.
Miami is one of the worst teams in the league. That's the game the Ravens supposed to win. I get it. Yes, Thursday night, short week. I get it.
They're not.
That's a game you still have to find a way to win.
This is the
if you're a contender, you still have to find a way to win that game.
So are the Dallas Cowboys not contenders?
I didn't say that. I didn't say the Ravens are contenders.
That's what you just said.
Hang on.
I didn't say the Ravens. Hold on, Carl. At the beginning, did I not say we're not throwing the Ravens away? They had an accident. That's what we said, right? I didn't say we're throwing them away, right?
So that means they need to get potty. So what you're saying is they need to get potty trained now because they had that.
They need to get refocused.
Are the Cowboys
Dallas
not
Cowboys? Yes, Dallas Cowboys. They need to get refocused
let me ask you a question,
as well.
Travis. Hang on, Trav. Let me ask you a question. Who look worse? Sunday's Cowboys or Thursday's Ravens? Who look worse?
Sunday's Cowboys.
Right.
Sunday's
so
Cowboys.
when I'm trying
not
to
because
tell
of the
you,
week, not because of the week, because at what point, and not because they had the full week, at what point in the game did they actually? What point did they actually score in that?
30-0.
It was 30-0, bro. It was 30-0, bro.
All right, then. That's why it was worse.
Okay, and speaking of the Cowboys, they take on the Falcons, who are 4-4. Clearly, the Cowboys are contenders. Paul has said it. Travis said, I know Ray's going to say it. Rick is going with...
Hold on. Do we? Ray, hold on now. We can't sell that for sure now.
Listen, Paul said it already, and I know you just said it. You just said it.
That don't mean Rick. That don't mean Ray gonna say it. Ask Ray that question because we know how he is.
All right, but everybody has the Cowboys except for Rick. Paul, let me get your pick. You got the Cowboys, right?
Rick didn't take the Cowboys?
No, he took the Falcons.
Rick be knowing some shit, bro. That FanDuel connection got Rick on the inside, bro.
It really do though.
Because he ain't on.
Don't be telling what his source is.
Like he not in Dallas that I know of today, so I don't really know. He ain't give us the vibe check. Yeah, I'm going Dallas. And losses like the one you seen on Sunday make teams better if they got the right cast. And I think Dak's leadership, Zeke's vocality. You know what I think was exposed Sunday for the Dallas Cowboys? The defense we've been crowning as a really good defense. We seen that they wasn't really that good, but they took advantage of some bad teams. My only concern for Dallas is offensively right now. It's easy for them to go back to that air raid offense and forget the Zeke and the Pollard show, which is the only way that they can get to the Super Bowl. You feel what I'm saying? But their next few games is a challenge. They got KC, they got Green Bay, they got the Rams. You're not going to be able to show up and not show up offensively against those teams, because the same way they're 6-2, they could be 6-5. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could lose all 3 of those games against those teams. That's all I'm saying. But absolutely, give me the Dallas Cowboys today. Big bounce back game. It will be a shootout. I think Matt Ryan will put up points, despite not having any receivers other than Kyle Pitts. But I think Dallas will have too much in the end today.
All right, Ray.
Let me add.
Or go, Travis, go ahead, and then I'll get to Ray.
And the Falcons are pretenders.
Let me add to that point that Paul put out about that defense. I think it did kind of expose the fact that the defense is kind of, I don't want to say, kind of a front runner type defense when that they're complementary. When that offense gets that lead going and they're scoring a lot of points, that defense gets to play a certain way. But when the game is very well balanced and the offense isn't putting up necessarily points, and now you got to sit here and be worried about the run and the pass, the defense did look a little susceptible. So we got to see if they can fix that and come out and play.
Wait a second.
What happened?
Wait a second. The defense, I'll give you a little bit on the defense, but they have stopped offenses when they needed to.
Absolutely.
Go look at the game.
Absolutely.
But were they playing with a lead?
No. Doesn't matter. They
weren't
matter.
playing with a lead against Tampa, and they made plenty of stops in that game. Keep it close.
All right. Well, we didn't see that last week, so I need to see that.
Wait, but let me ask a fair question. Isn't a good team due for a bad loss?
Absolutely. That's what I said, Carl.
Could we not allow a good team to have a bad loss? Like,
Carl, can I answer your question? Can I answer your question, Carl? You remember what happened to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football against the Saints last year when they got beat like 40-0?
I mean, when they got beat by the Chiefs
and didn't lose again. Like,
they are. I'm just saying, I noticed that, and I want to see if it's a consistent trend or if it's just a blip. Like we've all said, we still believe they're contenders. We still believe they will get the ship, back on course this week. But that's just something to keep your eye on right there. That's all I'm saying.
So you got the Cowboys in this game.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ray, is your team contender, pretender? And I'm clearly going with your team.
My team is, I told y'all from the beginning, I have them going to the playoffs and winning the playoffs game. That's it. If they do anything more, I've already told you, I will come on here with a Dak Prescott jersey and apologize for everything I ever said about him. And y'all know,
but that's not answering the question though.
Thank you, Carl.
That's not answering. Like you literally just died that GBQ essay. You didn't answer the question.
Thank you.
Okay. So they're contenders. Okay. All right. You go with them as contenders. Okay. We got.
That's the thing. They're not. I don't think they're gonna go to the Super Bowl.
Okay, we got the Jags.
So you think they're playoffs? All right, playoff.
Right. The Jags are definitely not contenders. Okay. But the Colts are 4-5. Contenders, pretenders here. And Paul, pick.
Yeah, I like the Colts, bro. I like them. When I look at where I am in the standings, I think about 3 teams that have put me at the almost at the bottom of the pick'em standings. I lost 4 times with the Colts this year, but I'm picking their ass today. All right. They got things going. Wentz seems to have his step back, got his juice back, took a bad pick in that Tennessee game. They should have won that football game. They get Hilton back. I love what I'm seeing from Jonathan Taylor. I had a guy somebody told me that the Colts had one of the worst O-lines in football. That's what happens when you look at the analytics and not the game. All right. It was in our chat. All right.
Somebody in our chat said that.
Listen, he did pull up the pro whatever focus numbers. I don't know what numbers it were. I didn't validate them because I don't care about them. I know that the Colts got the top 5 O-line in the game. All right. Give me the Colts. The Colts are contenders. Yes, the Colts are contenders. I can see them getting into the playoffs. I don't see them doing much on the road in the playoffs. That's the tricky part. All right. but I do like the Colts.
Ray, Colts are contenders, pretenders, and you got them in this game.
I got them. They're contenders. They'll make the playoffs. They started off slow. Carson Wentz, he wasn't playing great. He's picked it up, but he still does dumb stuff here and there. I think that's really the wild card in the whole thing, because they have everything else. They have a defense. They got a line. They got a running game. They get Hilton back. It's really on Carson Wentz. I do have them still going to the playoffs. In fact, I had them winning the division, but I don't see that happening.
I did too, bro.
All right. Travis, who you have in today's game, and are the Colts contenders or pretenders?
I mean, we're going to go Colts. That's easy to win this game.
Is it, though?
Yeah, come on now. Don't let last week hype you up. Come on now. Come on now. What they saying Friday afternoon? Don't let them gas you up and get you shot out here, Day. Come on now. Come on now.
I mean... the Jags,
don't let the Jags hype you up.
Urban Meyer, though, bro.
Well, hold on. I'm sitting here looking at their schedule real fast, and I knew that they were going to have a rough start coming out of the game because they had a very difficult schedule to start out with. But I'm
sitting here get hot, bro.
I know, but I'm looking at the rest of their schedule. It don't really get easier. Like, how'd they end up with this schedule? Jesus. They still got Tampa. They still got the Cardinals. They still got Las Vegas. They got the Patriots still. They still got the Bills.
They can win those games. Arizona.
They can.
Arizona is dying to lose games, bro. Like
they can, but it's not a cakewalk like I thought it would be because the way the schedule started out for them. But they got it. What happened?
They won the division last year. That's why it's so hard.
The Titans won it last year.
The Titans won, but the schedule just seemed like. Well, okay, wow. But with Derrick Henry being out, I think this division is open to be taken. And so therefore the Colts still have a shot, and they are I like to call them a very balanced breakfast on the offensive side and defense. The defense is very
by balanced breakfast. What you talking? You talking about a healthy or an unhealthy breakfast? You talking
a healthy balanced breakfast? You can get that
run
game going.
You talking some oatmeal with egg with some hash browns?
We got a little. We got
some grits on the side.
We got some oatmeal. We got some fruit. You know what I mean? We got a nice little cup of orange juice, water too. You know what I mean? They are balanced over there. You know what I mean?
All right. So I guess you're going with them as contenders.
I'm going to put them as contenders because that defense is very underrated. They're very balanced on offense. And as long as Carson Wentz can stay away from the dumb plays, which he has for the most part this season, he had to slip up in Tennessee. You know what I mean? But for the most part, he has stayed away from the dumb plays. Him and Frank Wright seem to have got that shit.
You've been
back
watching
on
the Colts?
course.
What are you talking about? Every week he makes a dumbass play.
I'm talking about as far as the turnovers point. There was the big turnover.
That's what I'm talking about.
I said in Tennessee. I said the Tennessee game.
I like Pittman.
I said the Tennessee game, but like I said, his interceptions are not as high this year.
He blew the Ravens game too, bro. We blew that one too.
All right, so let's move on. We got the Panthers who are 4-5 versus the 8-1 Cards. Both teams contenders and pretenders. I have a feeling somebody's going to say the Cards are not contenders for some reason. I have a feeling someone's going to say that.
That's crazy.
I don't know if I'm being if I'm pushing it here and saying, but for some reason I have a feeling someone's going to.
I'll go first, Call.
Sure,
absolutely, the Cardinals are contenders.
But you picked against them a few weeks though, bro.
That's okay. I picked against them. That's
you said, a good team.
Colt
McCoy can have a bad.
Colt McCoy played quarterback. Carl, of course, I'm not picking no damn Colt McCoy, but he won.
But you got the Cards today's game, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm rocking with Arizona today, and I just want to say something. I remember going on Smoke and Mirrors for the NFL kickoff. Shout out to the bros, Steph, Deck, Greg. Steph and Greg host that show. And I remember saying I had Arizona winning the division. And there was a Rams fan out there. He's loyal to us here in the chat. I think his name's Eddie. Said I was crazy.
Eddie
how we looking now, though? Right? Like, they should still be undefeated if AJ Green ain't looking at the Jumbotron, right? Who led to the interception. They should still be undefeated, unbeaten. And they only going to get better. I'm hoping they can get healthy, right? It's been amazing to see them continue to stay afloat, not being 100% with their two best players. I don't think they'll have Hopkins today. I don't think they'll even have Murray, but that's still a 50-50 chance. But, man, I mean, they just keep winning, bro. And defensively, they loaded. I mean, you talking years of dominating the draft, bro. Like talent on talent on talent on talent. And that's what makes them very competitive, bro. Like
Ray,
they can
go
anybody.
ahead. Cards. So you got the Cards as contenders?
Yes, I definitely do. They're surprising because honestly, I thought they were gonna finish last in that division. I thought they were gonna be a good team, but I just thought the division was too competitive. But they're really good. They surprised me last week. I'm not even gonna lie. They beat the crap out of the 49ers without their quarterback, 2 wide receivers, and their running back. So that right
legit changed identities, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was crazy. Kyle Shanahan, somebody needs to talk to him about that too.
I guess the Panthers are pretenders, we'd say, right?
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Cam Newton, though, bro.
Here we go.
So Travis, you owe the congregation.
Let me get my Cardinals out real fast. Yes, they are contenders.
We don't want to hear your Cardinals. We
want
to hear your Panthers.
They win this game today. They're going through a little bit of injury bug, but I still say they're contenders. And
you owe us an apology, and I'm gonna tell you why.
I don't owe you an apology or
yes,
nothing.
You do.
Go
Let
ahead.
me tell you
why. Cam was done, bro.
Yeah, you definitely did. You really did.
Go ahead.
You told us that Cam was done.
That's what
You said Cam was done. You were cheering on that they let him go, and you were happy when he got released, even from the Patriots. You were cheering it all season. Ray's laughing because he knows it's true. This is all documented, right? I'm not even finished yet. And then now that he signed,
strong word,
you were the first one to break the news. You're like, well, we do need him now. And I'm like, what?
No,
like, how do you
we don't have a choice.
He literally did a 180.
He's legitimately the best option there was. The trade deadline is coming.
No, he wasn't.
Who else?
No, he wasn't. Y'all had a backup quarterback all season.
You believe in PJ? You believe in PJ Walker?
Hey, y'all should have.
Go ahead.
Listen, I'm just baffled.
PJ Walker.
I'm just baffled by the
PJ Walker.
I'm just baffled. Listen, I'm just baffled at how you were cheering the fact that they let him go, and you were like, "I told you, Cam wasn't that guy. He didn't win us a Super Bowl. He's not like whatever."
He don't deserve to be in the Ring of Honor.
You're right. Yeah. You were talking a whole lot of shit.
Never said that. I said Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
Nah, you said Ring of Honor.
He gonna get the Panthers Ring of Honor. He's not gonna be. I don't consider him to be one. I don't consider him to be Mount Rushmore of our organization. I'll tell you that.
Yes, he is.
That's one. Carl gave. He asked me, right? Okay, then. So therefore, I don't consider him to be Mount Rushmore of our organization. That's one. 2, he was the only option we had. There is the trade deadline is coming on. We can't trade for anybody. He is the best option, the best free agent option out there. So, I mean, it is what it is. We are back on the Cam Newton roller coaster. I will stand here and sit here and say Cam Newton. My issue with Cam Newton is that he's always been inconsistent. The highs are really high, but the lows are really low. There's no middle there with him. That's always been my issue. I'm still going.
You and Cam Newton are exactly the same. You say he got highs, he got lows. So do you. You said he not in our Mount Rushmore. Which Mount Rushmore are you talking about? The Panthers or the Saints?
Panthers?
Because we know you're a Saints fan. All right, let's get that out of the way.
I'm not putting Mount Rushmore of the Panthers.
How could you say the guy who kept your organization a vibe for a decade?
Wait, Ray, what's your question?
Who's your 4 then for the Panthers?
Who the 4?
Julius Peppers, Steve Smith, Luke Kuechly, and who's my 4th?
Cam Newton.
Who was the 4th? No.
Cam Newton. Stop playing, bro.
Who was the 4th?
Stop playing around. What are you talking about?
Who's the 4th?
It's Cam Newton.
No, I'm forgetting somebody.
Jake Delhomme?
No. You make me forget. Yeah, shut up and let me think.
Stop playing with me. It's Cam Newton.
No. Yeah,
stop playing around.
Go look it up.
I'll come back because I remember having this debate. I remember we had this debate with
your chest, bro.
And I had my 4. I can't remember who was the 4th person was.
If you don't know the 4th, that means it wasn't the 4th. It's Cam Newton.
All right, guys,
bro.
we got to
want to sit here
We're
and say
pressed for time. We got 15 minutes. So we got the Vikings 3-5. I guess they're not contenders. And then the Chargers are 5-3. Everyone is going with the Chargers for this game except for Chuck Paul. Contender, pretender for the Chargers. And who you got in the game?
The Chargers are contenders, but they've given me cause for pause in the last 3 or 4 weeks or so. They was all right last week. I don't know what happened to the offense. and that coach does everything he can to lose football games, thinking he's playing John Madden, going for fourth downs all over the football field. You can't do that in the National Football League. And sometimes you got to punt the ball away. I know you think that you can get everything, but you can't, all right? Like, he does everything to put the team at a disadvantage. That's that first time coach
analytics,
shit, right? And this is one's going to surprise y'all. I am going Chargers, by the way, Carl. I'm still not jumping off the Minnesota train yet.
So you
they took some tough losses. I'm still going to say they are contenders. As I look at how the NFC is shaped up, right? Outside of the division leaders, we said the Saints are pretenders already. They would be a wild card, right? At 5-3. We said the Falcons were pretenders. They're a wild card at 4-4. We said the Falcons are the Panthers are pretenders. They're 4-5. It's still Minnesota can still get in, bro. Like literally, they still look like a game out of the playoffs. So I'm still rocking with Minnesota. I think they figured things out.
All right, Travis, Chargers and the Vikings, contenders or pretenders, and who do you have in the game?
Vikings. I'm gonna put them as pretenders because Kirk Cousins can't win big games. And
what?
It's a big game.
He can't win big games.
Right, he can't. I'm sorry.
There we go. With the quarterback stuff.
He went out there and laid an egg against Cooper Rush. No, stop.
So Kirk Cousins laid the egg. Got it.
Hearing it.
All right.
He's the quarterback.
He's
the quarterback, right?
He's the quarterback, right?
Is he the quarterback?
Right. Did Dak Prescott leave an egg against two gloves, Teddy? Okay. Did he leave an egg against Teddy Bridgewater?
Yes, they laid an egg.
So the Chargers. We got four. Listen, we're pressed for time. Go ahead.
I'm going to pick the Chargers in this one. Chargers, as far as contenders, I've seen some weird losses with them this year. They haven't necessarily looked great at all times, but that offense, they're another balanced breakfast on the offensive side. So at this point, again, if they were an NFC team, I would say no, but they're an AFC team, and like I've stated all show, the AFC is up for grabs. So I'm going to put them as a contender.
Okay, we got the Seahawks, who clearly I don't believe are contenders, versus the Packers, who are 7-2. Is Aaron playing this week? No, right? He's still not playing.
Yes, he is.
Yes,
sir.
he is.
He's playing. Okay,
yes,
so
he is.
This is a toss-up game. Rick's got the Seahawks. Ray's got the Packers. Declan has the Packers. Greg has the Packers, and Chuck has the Packers. Peter and Manny both have the Seahawks. Paul.
Yeah, it's snow on the ground in Lambeau. Aaron Rodgers coming off the biggest distraction of his career, lying about COVID, being vaccinated.
Lie's a strong word, but okay.
All I'm he lied. He lied.
He lied by omission.
He lied. All right.
Lie's a strong word. The media didn't ask proper questions, but okay.
The Packers are definitely contenders. All right. And this is also going to surprise y'all. Minnesota, Seattle in the same boat, that 3-5 boat. The difference between Minnesota and Seattle gets a jolt of life starting today. Whether they win today is irrelevant. They got Russ back. They came off a bye week. They might get Carson back. They could also get hot and get into the playoffs as a wild card seed. So I'm not writing them off yet either. Give me Seattle as a contender, but I'm going with Green Bay and Lambeau today.
Ray, contender, pretender for Seahawks and the Packers.
They're both contenders. Seahawks are contenders. I still think they can make the playoffs. They have to make the playoffs. The Packers are real legit Super Bowl contenders. I got the Packers winning. I got Aaron Rodgers. Usually when something like this happens to him, he usually balls out, and then everybody forgets about him lying and doing all that stuff. So I have him having a big game, especially against the Seahawks defense. So that's my take on that.
Travis, contenders, pretenders for the Seahawks and the Packers in the pick.
First, shout out to our guy Chuck over at CBS, because we know CBS is highly happy that the Geno Smith and Jordan Love game turned back into Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers game. They are highly happy about that over there. But Packers really, they're gonna definitely have to call them contenders. I mean, coming off, I'm gonna pick them to win this game. If there aren't many quarterbacks that I would pick to win this game coming off the COVID list, I mean, he was allowed back in the building yesterday, so he's missed the last 10 days or so. There aren't many quarterbacks that I would pick to go out there and win a game in this situation. But it's not sitting here and act like Russell Wilson isn't coming back off a major injury. But I still just don't think the Seahawks aren't there yet. They're still missing a few things. It's Russell Wilson's first game. That weather, I mean, it's not going to be snowing at game time. It'll warm up a little bit, but that cold weather and that finger, we'll see how his hand reacts to that. But I'm going to go Packers on this one. I think Aaron Rodgers goes out there. We all know how he tends to play when adversity comes knocking on his door. He tends to ball out. So I'm going to go ahead and pick him.
All right, we got the Eagles versus the Broncos. Eagles are 3-6. Broncos are 5-4. Trav, let me start with you. Who do you have in this game, and who are contenders or pretenders?
There are no contenders in this game at all. Okay, I mean the Broncos are a nice team. You know, they're a competitive team. I will call them that. You know what I mean? I'm going to pick them to win this game, but they're neither one of contenders here. I mean, the Broncos, they're still a quarterback away. I mean, Teddy Bridgewater, he does enough to get the job done. And that offensive attack is very balanced. I'm not going to call it a strong, balanced breakfast, but it's a very strong offensive attack. So therefore, they're going to win this game, but there's no contenders in this game right here.
All right. Ray, do you agree there are no contenders, and you got the Eagles coming out of this game?
Yeah, there's no contenders. I do have the Eagles beating them. But yeah, this team, both teams, I mean, the Eagles, they're solid. You know, there's some upside to them, probably for the future. I was a big Hurts critic. He's coming along. He's playing well each and every game. I like him. He's coming along. I'll say that.
Okay.
He's okay.
We have a comment from Greg. He said Travis wants Rodgers to ball out because he's starting him in fantasy.
We could talk about our fantasy matchup between me and Greg. This is a good one.
You won't today because it's 12:52.
Go ahead, Paul. Eagles and Broncos. Do you agree with the rest of the panel? They're both not contenders, and who do you have in this game?
I just peeped the hat, so I want to see where he's going with this.
Neither one are contenders, and it brings me great joy to say that I'm not even number one in the pick'ems in my own household. All right, Cam, my son, Cam the Great, that's what the name is today, is 4-0 when he's donned in Broncos attire. And I'm hoping today he ain't in Broncos attire. I'm going with the Broncos, as you can tell by the cap I'm wearing today. Give me the Broncos. I don't think today is going to be close. I think they dominate the Eagles today, but that's just my opinion.
Okay, you got neither the Broncos. We got two more games left. We got the Chiefs versus the Raiders. Who is the contender or pretender? Or are they both? Ray, and who wins? And who you got? I think you got the Chiefs in this game.
I picked the Chiefs because I don't trust the Raiders. I'm sorry. That's pretty much it. The Raiders, they can make the playoffs. I doubt it, though. They got a lot of stuff going on. The Chiefs, like I said, they're going to be a wild card. They're not winning the division, but that's just me. So
the Chiefs are contenders and the Raiders are pretenders?
Yes.
Okay. Travis.
Last week, I tried to get on the wagon with the Raiders and say I'm done picking against them, and what they do, they went out there and laid an egg, man. So I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna pick these Chiefs, man. I don't necessarily agree with Ray's point about the Chiefs not winning the division. I mean, Chargers are 5-3. Chiefs, it's all 5 wins, you know what I mean? So that division is still up for grabs. We all know the Chiefs. I'm gonna still put them as a contender, even though they don't look necessarily good right now. I'm gonna have faith that they get it turned around at some point.
And the Raiders are contenders.
Playoff contenders. I'll put them in a playoff contender, but not a Super Bowl contender.
Paul, I need to pick a pretender and a contender.
Simple answer for me. I'm going Chiefs. Chiefs are also contenders. The Raiders are pretenders.
Oh, simple as that. All right, we got the last game, Monday Night Football game. We got the Rams 7-2 versus the 49ers 3-5. Who's the pretender? Who's the contender? And who do you have in the game, Paul?
I think the Rams win by a mile. Shout out to Odell Beckham. Shout out to LA. I think Matt Stafford gets protected in this game, which he did not against Tennessee for some odd reason. LA is definitely contenders. San Francisco needs a new coach. They are pretenders.
Ray.
LA are contenders. San Francisco are pretenders.
And you got the Rams in the game. And Travis.
Rams on this one. Rams definitely are contenders. 49ers, they are not. They are
All right.
contenders at this point.
Do we have any fantasy tips before I take care of some household issues? Fantasy tips.
Well, shout out to Greg in our fantasy matchup this week.
He said that you've been winning. You're on a 5-game winning streak, he said?
I am on a 5. I think we're both on a 5-game winning. We both started off 0-4 and have both been on a 5-game winning streak right here. So this is a big one coming up. Kamara and Hopkins are probably going to be out for me this week. He made a good trade that's probably going to help him boost him along this week, but he's got an uphill battle to climb because Gesicki gave him 0 points on Thursday. So he's got a little bit of a battle.
Wait, before you go, I just want to say, here's the real Cam the Great.
I'm a fault.
What's up, Cam?
Today's Cam's birthday. He turned 1 year old today.
Happy birthday, Cam!
Hey, happy
Cam
birthday,
the Great.
Happy birthday!
See,
Happy first birthday!
What I'm talking about.
But this the real Cam.
Stay consistent.
The real
Happy
Cam.
first birthday, man. We love you, big guy. Happy birthday, man. Enjoy your birthday. I want to throw out there today. Next week, Thanksgiving. The sports hit list Thanksgiving special. You know we got to do it. We know. I don't know if Travis is going to pull out the cardigan.
Don't pull out that cardigan again with those Adidas track pants.
I don't know what kind of sweater he's going to have.
See what we got.
And the fireplace. Say that again.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Do not give us that look, please.
Because it's the 14th, right? So not this Thursday, but next Thursday.
Following Thursday.
Yeah, the following Thursday.
We still got a Sunday show. Then
we still got a Sunday show, and we'll have a Thursday show. We'll have a Thursday special. I don't know the time yet. We'll definitely discuss it to let you guys know. The entire football panel, should be here. I'm inviting everyone to come join us for their Thanksgiving special. Last year we had Rick cooking. We had Travis by the fireplace. We saw his mom last year. Last year was pretty fun. So we'll see what you guys got up their sleeve for this year. And you know I'm with the shenanigans. So anything to make the Thanksgiving special the best we can make it, let's make it. Special shout out to Ray. Happy Veterans Day, my brother. Belated Veterans Day. Thank you for your service and all you do out there. We definitely are praying for you, and thank you to all the soldiers out there who are doing that. And Travis, you owe me a pick. You still didn't tell us who that fourth guy is before we go. It's Cam.
Newton. I just told you.
I remember what I said. I said it was a toss up between Olsen, Jordan Gross, and
Olsen.
That's what I said.
Stop playing with me, bro.
That's what he said.
Is Olsen not going into the Hall of Fame?
No.
You don't think Greg Olsen going to the Hall of Fame?
No, I don't. And I don't think Greg Olsen exists without Cam Newton.
He was a beast before Cam. He was a beast before Cam.
Stop.
Cam not beat you. Have the Panthers made the Super Bowl without Cam, or is that their first and only one?
No, we've made the Super Bowl without Cam before.
Okay, we made it before.
Before you were the worst team in football. Yes, you did. With an expansion team when they were giving you guys players.
What are you talking about? That was within the 2000. That was early 2000. Wait, say that.
That was pre-Cam.
Ray,
say that again.
The guy who's won the MVP isn't a Mount Rushmore in your organization.
How do you say that?
That's what I'm saying.
Ray, he literally was giving footballs to kids in the crowd, like doing Superman.
Okay.
How dare you say he's not?
He's probably gonna get it. He's probably gonna get it now because he's got a second run back with the team. So
he should have got it off the first run though. Like,
nah.
What y'all need to be concerned about is how bad the organization is being run right now with Matt Rule at quarterback. He didn't have a backup plan. Sam Darnold's been bad for a month.
First of all,
yes, don't get me
wrong. I will give you that. I do think that was a major lapse in not having a solid backup quarterback situation, which is why we are in the situation we are now.
Y'all knew Sam Darnold was whack since he was in New York, though. So that's unacceptable.
I'll give you that. There should have been a better backup QB situation.
You wasn't saying that after week 3 though. So now all of a sudden we're going to talk about a backup quarterback.
Tell him, Carl. Tell him.
Because hey,
you wasn't saying that after week 3.
You're right. After week 3, I was like, hey, we'll see. I went into the Dallas game like, all right, this is the first test. And we failed it, okay?
Yeah, you've been failing. You might as well just withdraw from the class at this point because you've been failing all year.
It is what it is. But like I said, we are making the best out of the situation we have. He was the best option out there. I mean, hopefully he can. I mean, we still in the playoff push.
He acting
Hopefully
like he
he
lost
lost it.
power in the tornado, making the best of the situation.
Making the best
Stop.
of the
You guys
situation.
enjoy the
Hopefully
game.
Hopefully he can go
Cam,
out there and
save
win
me
us some
some ice
games.
cream cake because I know down there you probably have an ice cream cake for your birthday.
Nah, baby, you got to get the Publix when you come to the 407. Yeah, buddy.
I know. Hey, hold on. I ain't in Florida, but I know about them Publix cakes.
Yo, need no ice cream with that buttercream filling, dog.
Take plenty of pictures, post them, please, so I can definitely wish him well. And you guys enjoy his birthday. And I'll see you guys soon. Smoke and Mirrors tomorrow. Wednesday show, we got the regular show. Tuesday is a nice treat for my NBA fans. Warriors versus Nets. Got Dubs versus the Nets on Tuesday night. I gotta plug that in there. That's a great
Carl
game.
Gotta get that NBA ratings up.
Right,
absolutely. That game is nice.
Numbers looking
That game is nice. You guys enjoy your Sunday. I'll talk to you guys soon.